Ah, shit. Here we go again, boys. The Epstein Files, the second batch, has dropped. I think it was 3.5 million for this batch, and apparently there are still 30 million more files to drop, which blows my mind. Basically, with this file drop, everything I was looking into 10 to 15 years ago about conspiracy theories pretty much came out to be confirmed. All the sick shit has been going on. I mean, some people will say it's not confirmed, but to me, it's fucking confirmed. They were talking about it in the emails. You don't just throw around shit in the emails that you're not actively engaging in. So yeah, Pizzagate confirmed. What else? Oh yeah, the culture war is completely fucking fabricated. It was socially engineered. The right wingers. He pushed 4chan to become right wing, even though they kind of already were, so it didn't really do too much. And Reddit was co-opted to be left wing, and I could have told you that even before this happened, because if you have anything other than a left wing opinion on Reddit, you get downvoted into oblivion and you get your post removed. It just feels so weird to be vindicated after all of these years, thinking I might have been crazy for believing some of this shit, and it turns out it's worse than I thought. At this point, like, go ahead and release the reptilian files at this point. I'm willing to believe anything. Fucking the Anunnaki, the Nephilim, all of that. But yeah, I'm gonna just react to a Charlie video. Every other video I've seen about Epstein was like an hour long, and I didn't want to make like a 2-hour reaction because that's what it would have turned into. But yes, let's see what Charlie has to say about it.
Wow. Actually, huge wow.
Same here, man.
Massive batch of Epstein Files just dropped in hot, fresh off the battle bus here from the top turnbuckle out of nowhere. I didn't think we'd even see any more with the DOJ putting up that huge stink even recently about like how courts can't force them to release it, this and that.
Nah, I want all of them. Because I know it probably gets worse. But we need it. We need to see the darkness. We need to see the evil that has been controlling the fucking minds of society for the past however the fuck long. I don't even know how long it's been. What? Has to be at least 30 years. Epstein has been around since the 90s, right? I think. I remember hearing about the Lolita Express and the island back around like 2010, I think. And that was just from me being online looking into conspiracy theories.
It seemed like this was never going to happen because getting them to comply with the law was like pulling teeth. So they were a month late, but they actually released like millions of Epstein files. And there are huge, disgusting, evil things that have been uncovered in this latest batch of Epstein files.
In one way, it feels nice to be vindicated and to know that you're not a crazy person. But on the other end, I kind of hope it wasn't true because it's some sick, fucking depraved, evil shit. Literally, satanic, demonic shit. The worst of the worst.
Files. This time around, it's a little different than their previous release where there were hundreds of pages of blacked out redactions and that was basically it. This is what you saw with the Epstein files.
Yeah, they kind of fumbled the first batch. This batch, there is some redactions, but there's a lot of shit they forgot to cut out. There is a lot of shit. I believe Elon's in there. Donald Trump is in there for I think those were like FBI tip call-ins, so I don't know like how legit those are, but he's still in there. Jay-Z is in there. Pusha T is in there of all people. Like, what the fuck, man? Even Pusha T was involved? Jesus.
Except I thought that was going to make the camera go black. You get the idea. It was basically just staring into the fucking void. It was just pitch black because everything was redacted. It was just a lot of nothing. But even amidst that nothing, they were so fucking incompetent that they left in the ability to unredact the files yourself, where people were able to catch them breaking the law, where a lot of the redacted names were not names of victims. They were various other things, and a lot of the redactions were clearly not victims. Sometimes
even in this batch, they don't redact. I mean, they probably redacted victims' names, but they also redact emails of people who were doing nefarious shit, which I don't think they should do. Like, call them, leave it open for the world to see. Let people know what kind of sick fucks have been ruling over the better part of the world for the past, like I said, however the fuck long. It's probably been longer than that, honestly. Like, they probably just changed the guards a lot, but still up to the sick, fucking demented shit that they do.
It even seemed like the redact.
Alex Jones was right, by the way. We all owe Alex Jones a very big apology. I'm sorry, Alex Jones, for thinking you were kooky. Even though I used to watch you back in the day, but I saw it more as entertainment. I didn't know the shit was real.
Actions were there to protect the names of potential clients and perpetrators, which again is a complete violation of the Epstein Files Transparency Act. That
send them to jail too. Fuck it. But send them to jail. If you're redacting the names of people who are actual criminals and deserve to go to jail, send them to jail too. Fuck it. Death penalty. Everybody involved, death penalty. I don't care at this point. Fuck them.
They were supposed to be following. But again, even with them farting out completely blacked out pages to protect these pedophiles in power, there were still a lot of huge revelations that came from this, such as co-conspirators that for some reason they never pursued. We don't know who they were because their names have been redacted conveniently, but we learned that there were co-conspirators they were investigating, and I guess they just let the leads dry up and then just said, fiddlesticks.
Burn the whole fucking system to the ground. Reset it all. I don't care at this point. These motherfuckers need to pay. Something needs to happen. We can't just go, nothing ever happens every single day. No, something has to happen. I swear, I woke up the day this dropped. It felt like I was in a completely different timeline based on all the shit I was seeing on Twitter.
They're gone. Now time to pretend they don't exist. Like Kash Patel under oath lying about it.
I forgot about that too. A lot of people lied about it. So there are no Epstein Files. It's like, yeah, all right, well, what are we fucking looking at then, guys?
Perjury Patel, by the way, still not punished for it. Speaking of unpunished, you know who else has been unpunished? Every fucking Epstein client, all of these rapists and pedophiles, all of them still just getting away with these unthinkable crimes. No.
Wait, so we can say rapists and pedophiles on YouTube now? We don't have to use code words anymore? Like they do, by the way. They use a lot of code words. Pizza. Grape soda. Pasta. All the Pizzagate stuff was confirmed. That's probably the biggest W in my book, because people who looked into Pizzagate back in the day were heavily fucking censored online and called crazy, and they said it was a big nothing burger. Yet, they're using the same coded language that was confirmed by the FBI. Okay, guys.
No one being handcuffed and thrown in the slammer. Doesn't even seem like they're pursuing any investigations or anything into it. Across 2 administrations now, no fucking arrests outside of Maxwell, who Trump has done everything in his power to ensure she is treated like a queen.
We need mass arrests. Send them all to the gulag. Forever. Never let them out. Either that or death penalty. Those are the only 2 choices. I don't care. If it comes out you were involved, I know they have videos. They gotta have videos and pictures of some sick, demented shit, because Epstein probably kept videos and pictures of the shit that they did. Not to mention the whole Anthony Weiner laptop situation, which I know there's a video on there that made a lot of NYPD officers sick to their stomach and end up offing themselves, so to say. That's what they say.
At a new summer camp that she now resides at, barely even a fucking prison. This is lunacy of the highest caliber. Now anyway, I know I'm getting kind of sidetracked here with like the previously on Dragon Ball Z with this whole saga. The most recent batch of Epstein Files came out a couple hours ago. Millions of files, so people are still combing through them, but what they are finding is alarming. Trump's name, of course, is all over these files. His name appears more in these Epstein files than Green Eggs and Ham appeared in the fucking Green Eggs and Ham Dr. Seuss book. His name is everywhere with numerous allegations about terrible, awful things. Some things we had heard little bits and pieces about from previous Epstein releases, but this one has significantly more, including this FBI report that claims Trump has been compromised by Israel.
I had a feeling.
Which anyone who's been paying attention to this administration shouldn't really be surprised at. I don't think anyone heard that and recoiled in their chair going, what? If anyone's followed everything that's been going on in regards to Trump and Israel, It should be no surprise that the FBI believed he was compromised.
No wonder people are anti-Semitic.
Is compromised as well, most likely. But this is, again, new information that is hitting the public here from official sources in these Epstein files. These are big. Another huge name appearing in here is Bill Gates. So Bill
yeah, Bill Gates. I'll let him say it.
Gates had an exchange with Jeffrey Epstein, and I think it's been known for a long time Bill Gates was associated with Jeffrey Epstein, but this information here is new that talks about how he contracted an STD apparently and had asked Jeffrey Epstein to provide him with antibiotics that he could secretly dose Melinda with. He had contracted it from Russian girls apparently.
So he wanted antibiotics to secretly dose his wife to hide and cover up that he had an STD and gave it to her. The same Bill Gates that wanted everybody to take an experimental fucking vaccine that we didn't know was in it. Not a good look, bud. You're proving the conspiracy theorists right. The difference between a conspiracy theory and a fact is roughly about 10 years at this point.
Another massive name coming in is Elon Musk, who had an email chain with Jeffrey Epstein that was in these files.
So from what I saw with this, it looks like Musk wanted to go to the island, but he was kind of too autistic to understand code words and stuff, and they eventually stopped fucking with him. So I don't know if it's confirmed he went to the island. I'm not sure. I do know he wanted to go, though. He was asking about parties and stuff like that.
About him trying to plan a visit to Jeffrey Epstein's island, and he seemed to want to find the wildest party, the best time to come through to the island, and he was trying to make plans to go visit the island. These new files also expose blatant lies that a lot of really powerful people tried to peddle to get themselves out of hot water in regards to their close connection to Jeffrey Epstein, like Howard Lutnick. Howard Lutnick is Trump's commerce secretary, and he claimed he cut ties with Jeffrey Epstein in 2005.
Lock him up.
In these files, we can clearly see he was emailing Epstein in 2012, planning a trip out there, saying, "Hi Jeff, we are landing in St. Thomas early Saturday afternoon and planning to head over to St. Bart on Monday at some point. Where are you located? Does Sunday evening for dinner sound good? I have another couple, Michael and Mary Lehrman, with me on my boat, and each of us has 4 children. 2 16s, 2 14s, a 13, a 12, an 11, and a 7.
He didn't even use code word. He didn't even use a code word. He just straight up fucking said it. Oh my god.
7-year-old. Thanks, Howard." What a disgusting freak. He's even listing out the ages of the children that are joining them on their planned trip to Epstein's Island. This is in 2012. That's quite a few years after 2005, Howard. Seems like you told a big-time fib. Howard said that he had visited Epstein's house in 2005, but it culminated with him getting the heebie-jeebies. He called him gross and said that was basically kaput.
These people have been lying their fucking ass off forever. Nothing they say should be trusted at this point.
That was the end of his relationship with Epstein. He washed his hands of him back in 2005, but that clearly wasn't true now, was it, Howard?
Nope.
These emails are from 2012, planning a trip out there and making a very odd mention of a bunch of children and their ages that will be joining you to Epstein's Island. Howard Lutnick is your U.S. Secretary of Commerce under Trump right now. This is your Commerce Secretary. And he is one of many very powerful politicians whom you'll find in these new Epstein files and previous Epstein files as well. These are just a few of many names, new names as well, very powerful people who appear in these files with alleged horrible, horrible things that they have done in connection with Jeffrey Epstein and the island. It is a big, big deal. This is undoubtedly just the tip of the iceberg here. This latest batch was millions of files, so there is still a lot of information out there that hasn't been adequately combed through, and still what we are learning right now is heinous. And I feel like it should be pretty obvious that there needs to be investigations conducted here, and maybe a little bit of fucking justice. Maybe.
What are they gonna do, investigate themselves? We all know how that goes. If nothing happens from this, there's gonna have to be some kind of fucking uprising. Like, I don't know what else. What else can we do? Just sit by and let it happen? I'm not cool with that. And I'm fucking chronically online at home. I'm a VTuber. I never leave the house, but I'd be willing to actually, go outside for once in order to get these fuckers locked up, or I will stop talking now. I don't want to say anything that would incriminate myself. I will say though, I am not suicidal. I do not have thoughts of taking my own life, and I will leave it at that.
Be some of these evil fucking demons getting arrested.
Literally.
Perhaps. Why are none of these people in these Epstein files even being looked into at all? Why does Kash Patel lie under oath about there not being an Epstein list or clients or like co-conspirators when we now have all this available evidence that confirms there definitely were co-conspirators?
Did they think like they weren't gonna release it or something? Is that why he lied? Did they think they were gonna be able to sweep it up under the rug this time? No, no. The Epstein Files, Epstein in general, has been talked about in the conspiracy theory community for the longest. For the longest. This shit was not gonna just go away. There's no way. Also, the more I looked into some of the Epstein Files, there's a chance that Epstein is still alive somewhere. I would give that 50-50. Because the dude was so powerful and had so many connections. It wouldn't be too far-fetched that he swapped out like with a body double and got the fuck on somewhere.
There definitely are clients. And there is nothing being done, not in this administration, not the previous administration, to hold any of them accountable or find them. This is a huge deal that nobody should be trying to like minimize the importance of. For some reason, people are trying to pretend as though this is something we should just like brush aside, move on from the whole Epstein fiasco. That is craziness. There are people in the most powerful positions of government right now that are rapists and pedophiles that have got away with unthinkable crimes, and they need to be held accountable. We have so much information here. We have so many names, and we need them to be investigated. We need justice. I don't know why so many people are so okay with being governed by these monsters.
A lot of us aren't okay with that. It's just the fucking retards that want to sweep it under, or they still simp for their favorite politician. And me personally, I've always kind of had a feeling that everything was rigged and scripted. But at the same time, I felt crazy for thinking that. And now it's getting more and more closer to the truth every single time that they choose who to put in power. It's starting to get pretty obvious now.
It's baffling to me. It actually boggles my fucking mind. This latest batch shows even more evidence, shines even more light on these terrible, terrible things that unfolded here, and the close connections a lot of powerful people had to Epstein and the island. I'll continue to look into the files and see what else turns up from all of this. I'll be, of course, keeping my finger on the pulse of it, and I highly encourage all of you to be paying very close attention to it and the people named in these Epstein files, and the people that try and defend it as well. That is unacceptable. This is indefensible.
Yeah, fuck those
There's
guys.
no excuse for it. So anyway, wanted to just give you an update here. That's really about it. See ya.
Thanks for the little update, Charlie. He didn't cover a lot of stuff. I will see what I can remember so far. I know Epstein met with the creator of 4chan, and then a couple days later, slash poll went up, which is where a lot of right-wing stuff got pushed, and which is I wouldn't say it's one of the reasons Trump got elected, but it did kind of stem from that. But at the same time, well, I was never on 4chan, so this is just hearsay. A lot of the people that roamed those boards back in the day said they knew that there were feds there. Like, they knew a lot of feds were posting there, and they would call that shit out. So I've seen that. I already know that Maxwell was the basically head admin of Reddit. Like, that people kind of dug into that around like 2020, I think. Maybe a little bit after that. But it was heavily implied, and now it's basically all but confirmed. Like, it's so fucking crazy. Also, Epstein mentioned goyim a lot, which is kind of a slur for non-Jewish people. They say it's not, but I take it as a slur because they basically don't think of us as human. I'm not saying all Jewish people, obviously, but him in particular, that's what he thought. That's what he thought. And it has a lot of people that are on the anti-Semitic side, like, I told you, motherfuckers. And it's like, what are we supposed to say? No, it's not, but it is. It's in the emails. It's there. Like you can go see. Go to the files and search up the word goy or goyim and see how they thought about non-Jewish people. It's there. Go see it. Please don't strike me down, YouTube. Please. I'm just saying what I read in actual government files. Please don't strike me down. But yeah, I will see if I can find anything else about this because honestly, dude, I used to be a hardcore conspiracy theorist. I kind of laid off of it the last couple years to retain my sanity and not go too insane. But if I do find another video that's going deeper into this stuff, I will try to react to it and give my thoughts and opinions on it. I'll drop this video down below if you want to go like it, give a view to Charlie as well. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Are any of y'all conspiracy theorists? Did y'all know about this shit before it even happened like I did? I'm not saying that to be like an I told you so thing, but at the same time, I feel vindicated. But yeah, if you enjoyed my ramblings and rants and my react slop, then give me a like and a sub. I would appreciate it. I'm trying to hit 1K by the end of the year. I would appreciate you. But yeah, till next time, guys. Bye-bye.